from us, we would expect it to be in the high 90s germination of a vegetable. Certain flowers the same, but if you've got something that is, say, perennial delphinium or something like that, you're not going to get, and some of the sort of specialist herbs, you're not going to get 90% germination. If you get 75, you'd be doing well with some of those. All vegetables have what they call a ministry standard of germination. So we have to meet that ministry standard to be legally able to sell it. Anybody guess what the ministry standard is for carrots?
60%?
You're not far out. 65. We'd never put it in a packet at 65%. We'd want it a lot higher than that. The one thing everybody had problem growing? Parsnips. There's no ministry standard for parsnips because they can't get it, because they obviously like to work on data, so they know that it has to germinate within a certain time. And with parsnips, because it's an erratic germinator, they can't set a standard. But with ourselves, we have our own standards, so with an open pollinated variety, we'd never put it into, so if you were growing tender and true, one of those, we'd never put it into the packet unless it was 80, 85%. With hybrids, again, we'd be expecting them to be 85, 90. So if you're growing Gladiator or Victor or Sabre, one of the hybrids, you'd be growing at that sort of level.
Can I ask you, what are you measuring with the percentage?
How many they grow?
Sorry?
How many grow?
How many grow?
Yeah, that's the percentage you work on. So in the laboratory, they sow them on a filter paper in an incubator to keep them at the correct temperature with all seeds. That's how they sow them, and they then count them off as they germinate. And you don't only look at the top growth that you've got growing here. By growing them on a filter paper, you can also check their root growth, so you can see if they've got good root, because they have to have a certain level of root as well as top to get that, to say it's a good seedling, because you can get seedlings that look okay on the top and have got nothing below. It can happen. So that's how it's checked.